everybody, and welcome to the Knapp Medical Center post-game show, where it's a victory for your Weslaco East Wildcats, winning by a final score of 32-29, and another classic battle here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. I don't know how many times we have seen these over the years with these games with Weslaco East, and Coach Mike Burgett is here to break it all down here for us. Coach, congratulations on an impressive win tonight. Lots of scoring, but the defense got it done in the end.
Weslaco East fans, first of all, I want to thank you guys for showing up tonight. It means a lot to our kids. This morning I was sitting in my office and I got a knock on my door, and please pay attention to this. I got a knock on my door and I opened up and there was two of my captains. They wanted to talk to me. They wasn't in a very good mood. Last week we lost 42-7. That wasn't us. We gave them a lot of cheap touchdowns, nothing against Los Fresnos. That touchdown right at half, they killed us a little bit. But our kids sort of got motivated last night by watching the highlights of our team across town, and the guy that was announcing it said, well, Los Fresnos will finally play a good team next week, PSA North. And that got my kids a little fired up. I want to thank you parents for supporting your sons. It means a lot to us to come out here, whether we win or lose, we give it all. These kids worked hard this week. I ran them hard this week, they'll tell you that. And it's gonna get harder. We did not schedule 2, 3As, 4As. We scheduled the best in the Valley. This team is supposed to win their district, and I think they will. Los Fresnos is supposed to finish first or second. We play Vela next week. They're top 2 team in the Valley. And then we play Goose, and he's got his team playing good, another 6A. So when I break things down to you, time we get to district, we want to be rolling. So we don't schedule cupcakes. I tell my players, do not listen to a guy that don't know what he's talking about on football, because we are a good team.
And a good win tonight, once again, for the Wildcats, winning by a final score of 32-29. Great runs tonight. Devin Cantu played hard-nosed football. Margarito Pompa as well, and Alex Martinez, Coach. What do you have to say about those players?
Well, you know, our defense, and I'm going to talk about the defense first, if you guys don't mind. Our defense is struggling right now because we're learning a new system. But we hired a great defense coordinator from Harlingen High. He's seeing what our kids can do. It took me a couple years when I got to Weslaco East. I told him, take his time. They played a heck of a second half. They got a fumble for us, turned the game, won the game for us. But when you talk about playmakers like Alex, Devin, Pompa, Justin Gomez, who had a game last week that was really good. We got 4 guys that can tote the ball. And we got an offensive line that's getting better. They better get better because they're all seniors, all but one. So I think as the year goes, we're going to get better if we stay healthy. And we're going to get a heck of an athlete back in Gianni Ortiz. We're missing him in the secondary. And when we get him back, I think we're going to be better in the specialty, better on defense, and better on offense.
All right.
Talk about Alex Martinez, the performance he had tonight. What a tough young man.
I think Alex is playing with a little chip on his shoulder this year. I don't want to talk for him, but he come in this summer, and I'm going to tell you, he has been nothing but a pleasure to coach. And work hard. He puts pressure on his teammates just like he puts pressure on himself. Like he'll tell me sometimes, Coach, I don't know if that was a good call. I guess when everybody's covered, it's not a good call, so he'll let me know. But I'm going to tell you that his feet, his running ability, and his throwing, you guys seen it tonight. He is a pure playmaker, and I hope he keeps getting better this year, because I really believe if he gets good grades, Mom, he could play college ball somewhere.
Absolutely. Let's bring on Alex Martinez onto the set right now. Alex Martinez, come on, having a good game here tonight. Passing for a touchdown, running for a couple of touchdowns as well. He's a senior on this football team. 3-year starter for the Weslaco East Wildcats, the quarterback of the team. Alex, congratulations once again. How does it feel to pick up a victory here tonight?
Well, it feels good. You know, we got our butt whooped last week, so it feels good to win.
Tell us about that last drive that you went down and scored. You carried the team. You had some runs. They were hitting you all over the place.
Yeah, we had to score on that drive for sure. Y'all saw the score. We had to score. So, yo.
What's it like to have, you know, you're obviously one of the playmakers on this team, but you know, you can give the ball to Devin Cantu, you can give it to Margarito Pompa. How does it feel to be able to give the ball to one of those guys and you know something's going to happen, or pass it down the field as well? How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels good, you know, like knowing you have those playmakers on your team that you can rely on and make plays, get yards, so it feels good.
You guys play Edinburgh Vela next week as a team that you all played in the playoffs, so you guys looking forward to that one?
Yes, sir. We played them twice last year. They beat us both times, so hopefully we can get a dub.
What were practices like this week? I know it's always difficult after coming off a loss last week to Los Fresnos. What was practice like? What was the focus like coming into this game and just trying to right the ship and get a victory under your belt?
Like right off the bat, I could tell like the coaches around us more, and I like that more. It makes us like go harder, makes us like not want to make as much mistakes and everything. And I feel like we played better as a team today, so we should keep it up.
All right.
So Coach Burgett said that you guys went into his office this morning and addressed a few things. What did you guys talk about, or what can you share?
Just how we got to stay together, and we can't fold as a team. We got to stay together. We got to keep on going hard. That's what we, you know.
And you keep doing that, Alex. We'll go ahead and let you go celebrate with your teammates over there. Say hello to your family out there as well. And we'll bring in Margarito Pompa coming up on here on the stage and talk about some hard-nosed running and a big victory for you guys tonight. And you came up with some big plays here tonight. Heart of a champion getting out there on the field. How did it feel to come up with this victory?
Felt good. I know it felt good, especially towards the end there. We got a little scared, but came up with the win.
and you've been, you know, you guys play in these tough games, and the tradition of West Locoese is to play these, you know, this tough non-district schedule, and you guys are doing it again this year and playing against the Bears. You know, what was the focus like this week coming against a big opponent like this?
Just fixing our mistakes from last week, pretty much. Our coaches are always telling us we know we have the talent. It's just
Absolutely.
the effort and the out-hitting them and all that.
Tell me, if I'm not mistaken, last year you were not a part of this team, correct? Or maybe you were on the roster, but you didn't play that much?
Yeah.
Correct? Okay, so my question to you is what's been like in the scrimmages? I mean, you made a lot of big plays in the scrimmages, and now you're a big part of this offense. Do you feel like you're growing as a player, or you're growing, you know, on the varsity level?
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting
A little bit better?
a lot of, like, more playing time than I, like,
One practice at a
like that I
time, one
deserve,
play at a
like,
time?
yeah.
Absolutely.
So you've come up with some big plays. I know you had a big scrimmage. You know, you had a few touchdowns as well, catching the ball, running with the football as well, hard-nosed running. What's your favorite position? You like, you know, being out there catching the ball, you know, running the jet sweep, or what is your favorite play? Talk to me about that.
I like playing running back.
Running back.
Yeah. I like hitting, I like getting hit. I like making people miss and all that, yeah. So I like being.
How proud are you of the defense coming up with that turnover to clinch the game?
I was pretty happy. I had hope, but it was getting really scary. So I was really relieved when I saw that ball fall out.
Yeah, the defense definitely came up with a huge play. All right, Margarito, we're going to let you go. And if your family's out here, you got some of your fans. And congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, let's take a look at the highlights of this, and we got a lot of them to go through because they were scoring right out of the gate in this game, and it was PSJA coming and scoring. This is Jaime Lopez, a quarterback run to score early on in the game. They go for two, and it's 8-0. PSJA Bears with the lead. Then later on in the first quarter, West Locoese, and this is Devin Cantu running with the ball, breaks the tackle right there. He goes to hop down, but it's very, very difficult to bring him down. Big, tough run for Cantu. The drive continues. Still in the first quarter, and the drive, this is Alex Martinez. He finds Margarito Pompa with the catch as he goes up in the air and catches it. It's 8-8, still in the first quarter. Lopez, and he fires down the field. Look at this beautiful pass by this young man to Emiliano Fraga. 15-8, Bears puts on the speed, and it's the Bears on top. The kickoff, and the Wildcats make them pay right here because Pompa will get his hands on the ball again this time. You talk about hard-nosed running and trying to find a little gap. He does there as he makes a good little cut, and he sets up the Wildcats in great field position, and that would lead to Devin Cantu. running with the ball once again, breaks a tackle and goes in for the score. We're all tied 15-15, and then PSG right back on the attack. This is all in the first quarter. Like I said, lots of scoring. If you like offense, you found it here. 22-15, PSG takes the lead there. Now we go into the second quarter. Wildcats, they're not going to give up because they have that hard-nosed style. This is Cantu breaking tackles and continuing his way, because look at the way he gets away from this one. Spins out of that one. Then Alex Martinez, your player of the game, you could say, for Martinez at quarterback. A little fake, he can pass here, he can run it, decides to keep the ball, and he goes in for the score. It's 22-22 at the half. We go to the fourth quarter, field goal time. Pedro Espinosa, can this young man kick the ball right there? 25-22, West Locois with the lead. PSG, they get the ball back, over 10 minutes left. Jorge Alanis, big run, 29 yards, and it's the Bears on top, 29-25, 8:48 left, but West Locois comes right back, trying to answer. Here's Alex Martinez round the corner, trying to get in. Yes! The extra work there, and he's in 33-29. West Locois needs to stop. 1:55 left in the game, and watch the defense right here. Ball comes loose, forces the turnover, 32-29, and West Locois, they take it in a classic battle, a non-district game right here at here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. First home game of the season, Wildcats win it, Mike.
Unbelievable, Carlos, and I love it that there was big plays by both teams. They never gave up. I mean, it looked like it was going to be a high-scoring game. It was a high-scoring game, but this was going to the 40s and 50s the way that first quarter went. And throughout the game, we were kind of saying, you know, nobody has had a turnover yet. Will there be a turnover? And it came down to the end, late in the fourth quarter. It looked like PSG was going to go down there. They were going to either tie the game or go for the go-ahead touchdown, but nope. The Wildcat defense came through with that big turnover, clinched the game. And the number 22, we got to call his name. It's a Jay Herrera who came up with that fumble recovery to seal the win for the Wildcats. A big-time win, bouncing back from last week.
Yeah, and I would say a big team win as well, in doing in great shape. You know, yeah. Coach Burgett talked about how, you know, they ran a little bit more this week. They had played 4 quarters of football. This is the way you play it late in the season. These tough, hard-nosed games, but they were able to stick with it, you know, going, you know, man-to-man and just playing against the PSJA Bears. And just sticking it out to the very, very end. It was a hard-fought win.
And both quarterbacks put on a show. Both the PSGA quarterback, Jaime Lopez, we talked about him in the pregame, a 4-year starter, 5,000 yards. But Alex Martinez, a 3-year starter, he put on a show, you know, running all those plays and breaking tackles and making things happen, making great throws to his receivers. So both quarterbacks put on a spectacular show tonight.
And the offensive line, controlling the line of scrimmage. There was one point in the second quarter where the Wildcats were down 22-15, and it was a big third down play. I remember both you and I were looking at each other and saying, this is a huge play, because they were down 22-15, and the line, Devin Cantu with a long play to keep the drive alive, and then controlling the clock once again. You know, once again, they controlled the clock, and they were able to control the line of scrimmage. That offensive line doing a good job.
And you notice, Carlos, that when they have those long drives that go, you know, 4, 5, 6 minutes, there's no panic. When you see the play clock kind of going down, you can see the communication between the offense and Coach Burgett calling the plays there, and everybody's in sync, and they run the play, they execute it, and they converted some big third downs as well, Carlos, keeping those drives alive.
A lot of confidence also in this offense and Alex Martinez. There was a couple of times where they go for it on fourth down. It was 4th and 2. They go for it. I think there was a penalty which created the first down, and then later on Alex Martinez with a big run for the drive, and then a big third down play also that led to the score.
Yeah.
On the jet sweep to Eric Tamez, you know, just another weapon that they have on offense.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Carlos. And I want to say they drew PSGA offsides about 4 or 5 times tonight, Carlos. And I think about 2 or 3 of them led to first down. So, yeah, credit to Martinez on those hard counts, drawing the defensive line offsides and getting those free 5 yards.
You got to give a shout out to the student section tonight for West Locois, because they were rocking tonight. They were having a great time in the home opener, the 12th man in the stands, doing fantastic, making a lot of noise and cheering on their team on the field. All right, we're going to leave it right there, Mike. We got some more games next week right here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. But right now, for Mike Gonzalez, it's a 3-day weekend. I'm Carlos Robledo. Thanks for joining us here on the Knapp Medical Center postgame show.